Today we'll be talking to Neha Padmanabhan, a fashion design graduate from NIFT Bangalore. So, Neha, could you tell us how does one go about studying fashion in India?
Hi, Sean. Thank you for inviting me. So, with regards to your question, fashion in India is very different from fashion that is seen internationally. So, India, like we know, is a very diverse country, and fashion is just a representation of our culture and our lifestyle. So, if you want to study fashion here, you have to basically be clear about one thing, that your contribution has to be significant to the Indian market, and you have to understand the difference between fashion and design. So fashion is basically just an expression of oneself, anything that's in their head. Whereas design is a tool that is going to help us incorporate fashion. So in India, we have National Institute of Fashion Technology, popularly known as NIFT, and there are around 15 centers for people to study fashion design. And there is also NID, which talks about design in specific. Apart from this, there are also many private institutions that, like, Pearl, Symbiosis, MIT, and Shrishti, and other institutions. But NIFT is one of the most popular institutions in India for fashion design.
Great. So, what entrance exams do students have to take in order to study fashion?
So for NIFT specifically, and actually for most colleges, every college has its own individual entrance exam. So in NIFT, the format that they follow is that they have two exams in the beginning, like which is called as CAT and GAT. CAT is basically the creative ability test, and GAT is the general aptitude test. Once you cross this particular exam, which is supposed to be, I think, around 3 hours, you get a particular ranking, and the situation test happens. Students are shortlisted for the second round, which is the situation test, and in that, it's basically about spontaneous creativity and understanding of that particular problem. Once this is done, the students get a ranking, and based on that, the counseling happens, and the students are allotted to different campuses based on their rank. So that's what happens. And the classes or the training that one has to go through before coming to NIFT is, it's very subjective actually. It you can say it depends on that person's opinion. So I had a training for 2 years. It's basically to boost your confidence. And what happens in these training classes is that they give you a basic understanding of sketching, the design process that is there in fashion, and then creative thinking basically. And also, like, you have to know about the general knowledge, like in terms of fashion and what is happening, what is the industry speaking about, and things like that. So this is what happens in these classes, and you can prepare for it yourself, completely possible. But if you're going to go to a class and you're going to prepare for a year or two, for a person especially who has no knowledge, it will boost your confidence.
Great. So, what courses are offered at NIFT?
Okay, so the courses. So this is something that people generally don't know. They think that fashion design is the only course that is offered, but that is not true. There are various courses offered in NIFT, and these all fall under the broad spectrum of design. So basically, let's start with fashion design, which most people know. It is basically woven apparel, and it's for somebody who wants to create their own label. They're going to teach you the complete design process and how you start thinking about a particular design and how you bring it to life in the end. So that's what happens in fashion design. The next course, which is very similar to fashion design, is knitwear design. And in knitwear design, the students are made to study about knits, and it's all about advanced knitting. And it's not like you just make the garments; you also learn to develop the fabrics. And a similar course to knitwear design will be textile design, where you work on the fabrics, the weaves, the embroidery, dyeing, and things like that. So there's a lot of scope for craft development and contemporary product making in textile design. Accessory design is another course in which the students basically learn product design, furniture, jewelry, and home accessories. So this course also focuses on the design process as such. And then comes fashion communication. This is a very important course, I feel, because that's the course that connects all the other courses, and it brings together everything. So it's like the styling, photography, and things like that, journalism and things like that, that can help you communicate the end products of these courses. Some campuses in NIFT also have this course called leather design, which deals with leather apparel and accessories, but it's not there in every campus. So this is what NIFT offers, and most design colleges offer.
Okay, so thank you for explaining that in such a simplified manner. So, talking about fashion, what skills do you think are required to study fashion?
So when we talk about fashion, there are certain skills that we have to have before going to an institution. That will be basically creativity, which you have to have. You have to have a creative flair, and you have to be able to understand design thinking and learn design thinking. And the main thing is to keep yourself updated. So that is, I won't call that a skill, but that's something that you need to know if you want to be a designer. So talking about the skills that the college will teach you, what you learn in the college, that will be things like illustration, sewing, pattern making, and design development, the whole design process, things like that, photography and things like that. So these are the skills, or rather the things that the college will teach you. In my opinion, most importantly, there are two skills that somebody should possess. That will be presentation as in confidence, and to be able to communicate your designs and to be able to sell your designs. That is something that every designer should possess. And also socializing and developing contacts. So without this, you're not going to be able to survive in the industry. So this is it. I think with that you can study fashion.
Great. So for students who want to study fashion, how do they put their learnings in college together to make a career in fashion?
So that's what we call as a portfolio. So let's say in 4 years, you're going to be learning a lot of skills, like I just mentioned, a lot of things that the college will teach you, and you will learn yourself. In NIFT, it's mostly self-learning. So this we put together in the form of a portfolio. So what is a portfolio? A portfolio is basically, we call it the design DNA in our terms. So it's basically like we have two types of portfolio. One portfolio is that we create for jobs, and the other one is that we create for universities, to apply for universities. So this portfolio is a representation of who you are as a designer, and it talks about your interests, how versatile you are, and all the skills that you possess. So it's basically going to be like a set of projects, talking technically. It's going to be the projects and the design processes that you have done or gone through. So this, you have to, when you're doing a portfolio, what you have to keep in mind is that you have to focus on your strengths and you have to underplay your weaknesses, because every designer is going to be good at certain things and not be good at some things. It's not like everybody's good at everything. So that's what you have to do. And in a portfolio, it's like every single detail you put in there matters. People are going to notice it, they're going to understand, because design is all about that. Even a line that you put, a vertical or horizontal, that matters. So that's what a portfolio is. And I think when you're done with the college, you'll understand how to put your work together and be able to, like, show it to people.
Great. So after students study fashion university, what are the career opportunities available?
Okay. So in India, actually everywhere, but in India specifically, we have, it's a very vast field. Fashion design is a very vast field, but it's also a very uncertain field. So what you have to do as a designer is be very flexible. So in NIFT, it's like if you're a fashion designer, you can also work with textiles. A textile designer can also work with apparel. It's very, it's all under the same roof. So it's very easy to be flexible and shift your career. But there are certain things that you can do as a designer. So the first thing and the most important thing that people generally do will be starting their own label, like having your own startup. You can also work in exports, which is manufacturing, or in retail houses, big retail houses that India is very famous for. And you also can work under a designer. Like, there are so many designers having their own labels. You can go work under them and learn things and everything. There are other fields, like, for example, illustrator. You can become a full-time illustrator. You can get into photography, styling, journalism, etc., like blogging and things like that. And UI UX and things like that is also a very big thing that's happening right now. Costume designing is also another field which people can focus on. And lastly, I think management, but not immediately after your undergraduation, probably after your post-graduation. Fashion management is also a very big career option. And I think fashion forecasting and things like that also. So there are a lot of things that you can do, but you have to be flexible and very versatile as a designer to be able to do all of this.
Great. So thank you for explaining the concept of fashion studies in India, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Sean. I hope this helps. Thank you.